start. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Satprakash Bansal, who has been a very great source of inspiration for all of us as a university and as an individual for me in person. इनका सपोर्ट समय समय पर इनका जो मार्गदर्शन है मुझे समय समय पर और आज इन्होंने मुख्य अतिथि बनकर इस कार्यक्रम की शोभा बढ़ाई। आपका सर स्वागत है। प्रोफेसर एजे सिंह जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस के सीनियर प्रोफेसर में से हैं और आजकल इनके पास अधिष्ठाता भौतिक विज्ञान संकाय का चार्ज भी है, तो आपका भी मैं इस इनॉग्रल सेशन में स्वागत करता हूँ। राजीव अग्रवाल जो डायरेक्टर हैं नीलेट शिमला सेंटर के, नीलेट इज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का एक साइंटिफिक सोसाइटी है, उसका शिमला में जो सेंटर है उसके डायरेक्टर हैं। मैं आपका भी इस इनॉग्रल सेशन में इसके अलावा उपस्थित हैं हमारे साथ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस से डॉक्टर सोमेश सूद जो एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर हैं, प्रोफेसर वामिक आजमी, प्रोफेसर रीना गुप्ता जो प्रोफेसर सावित्री, अंशुल बालिया से डॉक्टर HPU गुलेरिया, incidentally happens to be my student of PhD also. इसके साथ मैं स्वागत करता हूँ जो PhD स्कॉलर्स हमारे डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस के हैं, ऑफलाइन और ऑनलाइन जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स इस कार्यशाला में जो जुड़े हुए हैं, और साथ ही साथ टीचिंग और नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ के डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस एवं डेटा साइंस और AI के सभी सदस्य और माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, दो दिवसीय नेशनल कार्यशाला जो हम अरेंज कर रहे हैं 27 और 28 को, इसमें मैं आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन, हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। कार्यशाला में जो फंड्स मिले हैं हमें विश्वविद्यालय की तरफ से, रूसा PMU में जो एक इनिशिएटिव है आपका अंडर इक्विटी इनिशिएटिव, जिसके लिए मैं माननीय कुलपति महोदय का मैं आभार व्यक्त करता हूं कि उन्होंने इस कार्यशाला के लिए हमें प्रेरित भी किया, न केवल प्रेरणा दी बल्कि हमें इसके लिए फंडिंग भी दी। तो आपका सर इस पर्पज़ के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। काउंसलर जो है इसमें नीलेट शिमला के हैं, मैं हार्दिक धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा श्री राजीव अग्रवाल और उनकी टीम को, जिन्होंने आज के एक्सेप्ट करके इस कार्यशाला को सफल बनाने के लिए अपना सहयोग दिया। दिस यूनिवर्सिटी हैज़ टेकन द लीड in establishing the Department of Data Science and AI in the year 2021. और objective क्या था? It was to fulfill the gap between the required human resource and the available human resource in the academics areas as well as in the industry. And it was in line with the initiatives of the Government of India in the first instance, and then subsequently in line with the initiatives of the Government of Himachal Pradesh. मुझे बड़े गर्व और गौरव की अनुभूति होती है जब मैं ये पाता हूँ कि हिमाचल प्रदेश विश्वविद्यालय नॉर्थ इंडिया में एक ऐसा विश्वविद्यालय है जिसमें इस तरह का MSc डेटा साइंस और AI का ये विशेष आरंभ हुआ है। और इसके लिए हमारा विश्वविद्यालय प्रशासन, खास करके हमारे वाइस चांसलर प्रोफेसर SP बंसल जो है, इसके कांग्रेचुलेशंस के हकदार हैं। At present, the Department of Data Science and AI has been co-located with the Department of Computer Science it's in the same premises, and we are working hard to establish our own facilities very soon. Currently हमारे यहाँ 2 साल की एक MSc चलती है जिसका नाम है MSc in Data Science and AI, लेकिन आने वाले अभी हम एक प्रयास कर रहे हैं इस 2 साल की डेटा साइंस और AI की जो एक कंबाइंड हम एक MSc दे रहे हैं, इसको हम 4 हिस्सों में बांटने की व्यवस्था कर रहे हैं, जिसमें हम 2 साल की MSc डेटा साइंस अलग से, 2 साल की MSc AI में अलग से, और 1 साल का PG डिप्लोमा डेटा साइंस में और 1 साल का PG डिप्लोमा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में। ये सारा अभी इस पर काम चल रहा है, और यदि काम कार्य सही ढंग से चलता रहा तो मेरा अनुमान है कि अगले सत्र से, जो अगला नया सत्र हम शुरू करने वाले हैं, उसमें हम ये 4 कोर्स लॉन्च करने वाले हैं। मुझे ये बताते हुए बहुत हर्ष की अनुभूति हो रही है कि माननीय कुलपति महोदय प्रोफेसर SP बंसल ने इसके साथ मेरा एक चर्चा हुई थी, और उस चर्चा में ये निकल के बात आई कि क्यों ना हम इन विषयों को UG लेवल पर भी लेके जाएं। तो माननीय कुलपति महोदय ने एक सुझाव दिया है कि हमें एक कमेटी बनाना चाहिए। कमेटी में जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ हिमाचल प्रदेश है, वहाँ से उसका डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ हायर एजुकेशन से कुछ लोगों को जोड़ के इस विषय को आगे ले जाना चाहिए, ताकि जल्द से जल्द हम अंडर ग्रेजुएट लेवल पे कुछ डेटा साइंस एंड AI में कुछ कोर्सेज को हम आरंभ कर पाएँ। और ये इसमें हमारे पास जो सपोर्ट मिल रहेगा वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ हिमाचल प्रदेश का बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट है, क्योंकि अभी वेरी रिसेंटली हमारे जो ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं, उन्होंने भी इस विषय में कुछ चर्चा की। तो इसके लिए मैं आभारी हूँ हमारे कुलपति महोदय का कि उन्होंने इस इनिशिएटिव को सीज करने के लिए हमें एक मौका दिया। सर, हमारा एक अनुरोध भी है, इस मंच से मैं आपसे एक अनुरोध भी करना चाहूँगा। हमारा एक जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है उसके लिए 6 से 8 करोड़ रुपए का हमारा बजट हमने कुछ एक वर्कआउट किया है, और साथ में लगभग 8-10 करोड़ के करीब हमारा अगर नई बिल्डिंग का प्रावधान होता है तो उसके लिए खर्चा रहेगा। तो आपसे अनुरोध ये भी रहेगा कि जब भी आप कहीं कुछ हमारे लिए कुछ कर पाए तो उसके लिए आपसे कुछ प्रार्थना है। ये जो वर्कशॉप आज की आयोजित हम कर रहे हैं, ये दिस इज इन हाइब्रिड मोड, ऑफलाइन एंड ऑनलाइन। इन टोटल वी हैव अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 160 रजिस्ट्रेशन सर टुडे, जिसमें से 90 के करीब हमारे हिमाचल प्रदेश विश्वविद्यालय से हैं, और बाकी की जो रजिस्ट्रेशन हैं वो हिमाचल प्रदेश यूनिवर्सिटी के बाहर हिमाचल कौन से डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स, इसमें कौन से स्टेट्स हैं, स्टेट ऑफ हिमाचल प्रदेश, जम्मू, हरियाणा, पंजाब, राजस्थान, गुजरात, तमिलनाडु और उत्तर प्रदेश से इसमें बहुत से लोग ऑनलाइन पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं। इसमें इस वर्कशॉप में सर हम 3 टेक्निकल सेशन हमने आयोजन किया है। जो सेशन 1 है दैट विल बी एंगेज बाय डॉक्टर आशुतोष द्विवेदी, जो IIT कानपुर के पास आउट हैं, और IIT जोधपुर में अपना एज असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर सेवाएं देने के पश्चात अभी फ़िलहाल ये एक चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर है, अपनी कंपनी इन्होंने खोली है बेंगलोर में, जिसका नाम है कर्मा लैब्स, और ये एक प्रमोटर भी हैं जो स्टार्टअप जो कंपनीज हैं उनके लिए प्रमोशंस का भी प्रावधान ये करते हैं, तो उनको कंसल्टेंसी देते हैं। जो ये फर्स्ट हाफ में रहेगा। सेकेंड हाफ में जो टेक्निकल सेशन रहेगा वो 2 से 4, उसमें जो हमारे विशेषज्ञ हैं वो है डॉक्टर अपूर्व देसाई, जो कि हेड डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस, वीर नर्मद साउथ गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी सूरत से हैं, और उनका टॉपिक जो रहेगा वो मशीन लर्निंग एंड नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग विद स्पेसिफिक रेफरेंस टू इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस। और कल के लिए एक हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे बहुत ही सम्मानित और एक्सपर्ट, जो कि यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ टार्टू इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कंप्यूटर साइंस एस्टोनिया में एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर के पद पे काम कर रहे हैं, एंड ही इज़ अ वेरी लर्नेड पर्सन, और IIT से जुड़े हुए हैं, IIT में पढ़ा चुके हैं IIT, और अभी फ़िलहाल पिछले कुछ 7-8 साल से ये पहले जर्मनी में, उसके बाद फ्रांस में, और अभी फ़िलहाल एस्टोनिया में डेटा साइंस के ऊपर बहुत शिद्दत के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। और इनका जो विषय रहेगा, नाम है इनका डॉक्टर राजेश शर्मा, और इनका जो विषय रहेगा उसका टॉपिक रहेगा डेटा साइंस अप्रोच to business problems. ये छोटी सी एक इंट्रोडक्शन हमारी आज की कार्यशाला की है। इसके साथ समय का अभाव की वजह से मैं अपने शब्दों को यही विराम देना चाहूँगा। एक बार पुनः मैं आप सभी का, खासकर हमारे माननीय कुलपति महोदय प्रोफेसर एस.पी. बंसल जो आज के मुख्य अतिथि हैं इस इनॉग्रेबल सेशन के, और जो सभी सम्मानित व्यक्ति और जो ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन जो जुड़े पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से हार्दिक अभिनंदन, स्वागत करता हूँ। माननीय कुलपति महोदय से अनुरोध करूँगा कि दीप प्रज्वलन करके सरस्वती माता की इस कार्यशाला का विधिवत उद्घाटन करें। स्वागत करूंगा।
on very important area which is really need of the hour. That is recent trends in data sciences and artificial intelligence. And really I take this opportunity to offer my love and admiration towards the organizers, particularly Professor Manoj for organizing this wonderful workshop, today's workshop. I would like to congratulate to Professor Manu and the whole team for taking this initiative. Dean Professor Majid, Shri Rajiv Agarwalji, Director, and of the guys, our deans, HODs, departments, computer science के हैं, data के हैं, and the faculty of this department, my lovely students. As Professor Manoj rightly said, that we are the pioneer in taking this initiative of starting this course on data science and artificial intelligence. Before yesterday, I was in a very important organization for next visit as a chairman, and there also it was a discussion that this Master University is there who has started this course. We were referring the name of person. Now, this is not important just to start the courses and such kind of courses, which I have already mentioned that this is the need of the hour. What the more important is that how you are contributing, how you are contributing to the world, to the modern, this era, by introducing this very important course of artificial intelligence and data science. Many of the universities in India, they have already implemented national education policy, and we have already decided that we are going to implement national education policies on this academic session. And the main mandate of the national education policy is that how we can collaborate the different subjects with this artificial intelligence. That is very important. And Dr. Mansoor rightly mentioned that when my discussion was with Honorable Chief Minister as well as Honorable Education Minister, I want this center to be a model center not only for the university but also for the state, because state is going to introduce artificial intelligence as a subject in the schools as well as और जहाँ तक बात हो रही थी अभी मनोज जी कह रहे थे मुझे गवर्नमेंट ने ये कहा है कि इसमें ग्रांट की कोई कमी नहीं, ग्रांट आपको मिलेगी, आप यू आइडेंटिफाई द लैंड, आप लैंड को आइडेंटिफाई करें और बिल्डिंग के लिए ग्रांट गवर्नमेंट में most important is that we have already prepared a basket of courses to make the courses multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary for the holistic development of the student and for making students multidisciplinary. That is very important. That we have already prepared a basket of about certificate, the exit after 1 year, and you can give the diploma after 1 year, maybe in two streams, artificial intelligence and data science separately. And after the completion of the 2 years, then of course the student, major or minor, you can give to the student. And if because there is no use to give the master degree in data science and artificial intelligence. I think you give the master science in artificial intelligence or master science in data science. So that's why you can have, as in the MBA, you can have major and minor, major artificial intelligence and the student of major artificial intelligence, they will get a degree in artificial intelligence. That's all. That is very important. Now, though I'm not an expert on this data science and artificial intelligence, but I really want to show some highlighting points on the data science and artificial intelligence. What actually the data science is. Data science is not a new concept. Data science is the study of the data, extract unique insight for the business. Because in every business, data science and artificial intelligence is very important. And I have already said that data science is a multidisciplinary approach that combines principles and practice from the field of mathematics, from the field of statistics, from the field of artificial intelligence, from the field of computer science to analyze the large amount of the data. And this analysis helps the data scientists particularly to ask and answer questions like what happened and why it will happen and what will be happening in the future and what can be done with those results analysis. So that we can reach on the logical conclusion on the basis of that actually data science is there. But why data science is important? Because data science is important because it combines both method and technology to generate the meaning of data. And it is even we are talking about anything we are talking about, and we always talking about the data science. Data sciences and history of data sciences is that the connotation and meaning of this data sciences is over a period of time. Because earlier in early 60s when we had the word of this data science. Data science was derived from the word of statistics. And in 90s, the data sciences word was taken over by the computer science profession from the term. Actually, data designing, data collection, and data analysis. This is very important when we are talking about data and data. Basically, data science is used for the in terms of the descriptive analysis. When you are going for the research in the data sciences, you will go for the diagnostic analysis, you will go for the predictive analysis, you will go for the prescriptive analysis. It means with the help of the data sciences, data science and data analysis, you will be in a position to discover the unknown transformative patterns in the data that will help you to get more fruitful results in the research. Maybe by you will complete your thesis or you are going for a research that is very important, that how you are going for the innovations and solutions in real-time optimizations with the help of data sciences. That is very important. And one very important technique which is really nowadays used for this data sciences is known as, you all must have listened that OSINA. That is O means obtain the data, and then the S means the data, and E means that explore the data. That is very important. And M is the model data, and N is the interpret the results. That's very important. It means that is the whatever the data science practitioners used the approach that is based on artificial intelligence, that is based on the cloud computing, that is based on the IoT, Internet of Things, and that is based on quantum computing. Quantum computing, you must all aware about that, how much the mass data you can go for computing data. And mainly benefit of data sciences are that you can have maybe in terms of the improvised business predictions, you can go for that. And many of the business corporate, they are nowadays using the data sciences to protect their business. Similarly, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a subset of data science that need to be understood, and artificial intelligence word was derived in 1956. जब आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का नाम आया था उस समय में ये आया था कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस ह्यूमन माइंड को कैसे रिप्लेस कर सकती है। देखो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि देयर आर सो मेनी बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, बट स्टिल आई बिलीव टुडे ये आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कभी भी ह्यूमन माइंड को रिप्लेस नहीं कर सकती। दैट इज वेरी ट्रू, क्योंकि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस यस व्हाटएवर यू हैव जो भी है ठीक है, आपकी डाटा को तो फास्ट you have everything, you can deliver very fastly for a data analysis use कर सकते, लेकिन if it cannot that, but today I and उसमें अगर हम कैरियर की बात करें तो सबसे कैरियर है, जैसा मैं कह रहा था कि यूज का वन ईयर डाटा एनालिसिस में डाटा एनालिस्ट की पोस्ट हम कॉर्पोरेट में भी देखते हैं, गवर्नमेंट में भी देखते हैं, डाटा इंजीनियर की पोस्ट देखते हैं, बिजनेस इंटेलिजेंस एनालिस्ट की पोस्ट देखते हैं, वो पोस्ट देयर आर सो मेनी वैकेंसीज एंड मार्केटिंग एनालिस्ट। तो मुझे ये लगता है कि अगर हम इस तरह का एरियाज को डिवाइड करते हैं तो मान लीजिए मार्केटिंग एनालिस्ट, तो मार्केटिंग एनालिस्ट में यू कैन हैव अ टाई अप। और जो सेकंड चीज़ है कि आप जो है यू कैन टाई अप विद द वेरियस डिपार्टमेंट्स। अब अगर मार्केटिंग एनालिस्ट की पोस्ट है तो यू कैन टाई अप विद द एवरी डिपार्टमेंट, मतलब यू कैन गिव द ऑप्शन मार्केटिंग मे बी टू द स्टूडेंट्स फॉर दैट पर्पस एंड यू कैन start directly from the MBA. Similarly, you can have a tie-up with previous department to start. And after that, you can have अच्छा है आज हमारे दोस्त स्पॉन्सर में बैठे हैं, उनके साथ भी आप you can have a tie-up, तो उनके साथ आप tie-up कर सकते हैं for that purpose. और in the time to come, जैसे मेरी बातचीत थी, very soon we are going to sign up a MOU with the state government. बिग डाटा इंजीनियर की पोस्टिंग, मशीन लर्निंग इंजीनियर की पोस्टिंग, रिसर्च साइंटिस्ट की पोस्टिंग, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस डाटा एनालिस्ट की पोस्टिंग, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इंजीनियर की पोस्टिंग। तो इस तरह से लेकिन फिर मैं एक बात ये कहूँगा कि जो भी विद्यार्थी हैं, जो भी एडमिशन आगे लेने वाले हैं, जो भी हमारे हैं, उनको एक मैसेज देने की जरूरत है कि ये कोर्स जो है ये कोर्स जॉब के लिए we cannot link this course with the your that degree is हमने ये मनोजी से बहुत डिटेल में बात की है, और हम जो है हम चाहते हैं कि इस डिपार्टमेंट में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्टार्टअप में बच्चे हों। तो इस तरह से आप कॉर्पोरेट का टाइप कर सकते हैं, टाइप करके हम इवन सीड मनी भी बच्चों को दी जा सकती है और आइडियाज़, और वहीं से जब पेटेंट अप्लाई होगी पब्लिश करेंगे पेटेंट तो ग्रांट भी होगी। तो बहुत ज़्यादा पेटेंट इस एरिया में पिछले पेटेंट्स को देखिए कितने पब्लिश हुए हैं, अप्लाई किए हैं, वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस फील्ड में है। तो बहुत इनोवेटिव एरिया है, यहाँ से बहुत से पेटेंट्स भी निकल के आएंगे, ऐसा मैं मानता हूँ। एक रिसर्च में हमें आगे बढ़ना है, और दूसरा बहुत ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स को स्टार्टअप में आगे बढ़ना है, बहुत ज़्यादा स्कोप है। तो आप इस तरह से मुझे लगता है कि एक R&D सेल जो है वो भी इस डिपार्टमेंट में बने, और उस R&D सेल शुड नॉट बी कन्फाइंड ओनली टू द डिपार्टमेंट, बल्कि वो R&D सेल जो है वो पूरी यूनिवर्सिटी का फेस बने, ऐसा मैं चाहता हूँ। और ये डिपार्टमेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डिपार्टमेंट है। पीछे आया था इशू कि भाई ये डिपार्टमेंट हो तो दिया, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि बहुत अच्छा डिसीजन था। इसको हम और आगे हम चाहेंगे कि ये डिपार्टमेंट ये फ्लोरिश करे, और जैसा मुझे ने कहा कि आगे आने वाले समय में ग्रांट भी हम ये बात करेंगे, बेटियों के लिए भी स्पेस की कमी स्पेस आइडेंटिफाई कर लीजिए, ग्रांट मिल जाएगी और आगे भी कोई कमी नहीं आने देगी। थैंक यू।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रोफेसर उत्पत्ति महोदय, अतिथि मुख्य अतिथि, और आपने बहुत अच्छे से इस कार्यशाला का जो भी काम जो होने वाला है उसका बड़ा अच्छा सार हमारे सामने प्रस्तुत कर दिया और एक हमारे लिए मार्गदर्शन हो गया। और जो कुछ आपने इतनी एनकरेजिंग वर्ड्स हमारे विभाग के लिए कहे हैं, ये हमारे लिए एक बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है। और आपका साथ रहा तो जितने भी जो भी अपने प्रपोजल्स हैं दिए हैं यहाँ पर इस मंच से, वो मैंने सब नोट कर लिए हैं और इन पे कार्य शीघ्र ही हम शुरू करने की व्यवस्था करने की चेष्टा करेंगे। Before I invite Professor Singh for the vote of thanks, मैं एक बात इस मंच से अवश्य कहना चाहूँगा। ये सर जो आपने स्टार्टअप वाली बात कही है, ये मेरे मन में बड़े मैं पिछले 3-4 दिन से हमारे बच्चे जो जिस तरह से मेहनत कर रहे थे, आप सभी की जानकारी के लिए मैं एक चीज़ बताना चाहूँगा। अभी हम सब लोग फेसबुक और यूट्यूब पे ऑनलाइन हैं, अवेलेबल हैं। एंड ये सारा का सारा जो काम किया है हमारे अपने डिपार्टमेंट के स्टूडेंट्स ने बिना किसी एक्सटर्नल हेल्प के किया है। अगर आप इन चैनल्स को देखेंगे तो आपको लगेगा कि ये कितनी क्रिएटिविटी इसमें इन्वॉल्व थी, कितना इसमें एफर्ट किया है। तो मेरे मन में आपने बिल्कुल मेरे मुँह के शब्द आपने प्रस्तुत किए हैं। मैं यही चाहता हूँ कि ये जो बच्चे जो इतना काम कर रहे हैं, ये इसी तरह के स्टार्टअप्स में या इससे भी और कुछ डिफरेंट स्टार्टअप्स में इसी लगन से या इससे ज़्यादा लगन से काम करेंगे तो अवश्य ही आने वाले समय में हम एक R&D सेल की स्थापना इस कैंपस में डिपार्टमेंट की ओर से कर पाएंगे। और स्टार्टअप्स के बारे में मैं भी बहुत गंभीरता से विचार कर रहा हूँ। तीसरी चीज़ जो आपने इनके साथ कुछ कोलैबोरेशन की बात की, तो सर आपकी जानकारी के लिए मैं बताना चाहूँगा, आपने बिल्कुल जो कुछ मैं सोच रहा हूँ बिल्कुल उन्हीं लाइनों में बात की है। और राजीव जी से मेरी पहले भी बात हो चुकी है। और वैसे आज हमने कुछ एक MOU के लिए बात करना था, बट कुछ किन्हीं कारणों से वो अभी पेंड किया गया। तो हमारे जो MSc डेटा साइंस के जो 4th सेमेस्टर के स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, उनको प्रोजेक्ट का एक पूरा सेमेस्टर प्रोजेक्ट के लिए है, इन हाउस या आउट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री, दोनों ही ऑप्शन हमने रखे हैं। तो मेरी इनसे इस मामले में बातचीत चल रही है कि जो इन हाउस प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं उन पर हम इनके साथ कुछ कोलैबोरेशन कर सकें, क्योंकि इनके पास जो फैकल्टी है वो काफ़ी समर्थ फैकल्टी है। तो इस तरह से हम चाह रहे थे कि एक फैकल्टी मेंबर ये सेपरेटली जो है इसी पर्पस के लिए हमें स्पेयर करना है। तो इसमें सब बातचीत कर लिए। एंड आपने इतना बड़ा आशीर्वाद हमें दिया है, तो मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले समय में बहुत शीघ्र ही इस विषय को क्लोज करके इस पर के साथ मैं आमंत्रित करता हूँ प्रोफेसर AJ सिंह को आज की इस
ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर और हमारे अपने वाइस चांसलर हैं, इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि हमारे कुलीग रहे हैं बालों के बाद काफ़ी साल तक हम कुलीग भी रहे। और अब ये सौभाग्य है हमारा कि हमारे वाइस चांसलर बन के आए प्रोफेसर मनु सूद, राजीव अग्रवाल जी, और ऐसे सभी का नाम लेने में थोड़ा टाइम ज़्यादा लग जाएगा, तो सबका स्वागत भी है मेरी तरफ से। और कॉलेज से भी आए हैं लोग, मिस्टर है, पुलिस है, सबका स्वागत भी है। जैसे कि मैं भी टीचर हूँ, तो वैसे तो मुझे मनु सूद ने लिख के कुछ दिया था कि ये बोलना है अब टीचर हूँ तो मैं दो शब्द बोल देता हूँ। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस ये वैसे अभी नया फील्ड बन के आया, लेकिन ये बहुत पुराना फील्ड है। जैसे प्रोफेसर बंसल ने बोला 1956 से, जिसको पहले इसका नाम था सिंथेटिक इंटेलिजेंस। तो जैसे प्रोफेसर बंसल जी ने बोला कि क्या ये ब्रेन को रिप्लेस कर सकता है, तो इसके लिए हम सोच सकते हैं कि क्या सिंथेटिक चीज़ें जो हैं वो असली चीज़ों के बराबर हो सकती हैं क्या? ये क्वेश्चन है सोचने का। अभी प्रोफेसर बंसल जी बोल रहे थे कि ये बेबी है कंप्यूटर साइंस की, डेटा साइंस और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। एक्चुअली ये बेबी है, लेकिन ये बड़ा बेबी हो गया अब 56 बेबी पैदा हुआ था ये, और अब बहुत बड़ा हो गया है। एक्चुअली 94 में मैं एक सी में इसमें इस पे भाषण दिया था आर्टिस्ट, तब एक या दो किताबें ही होती थी। उसके बाद मशीन लर्निंग और बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो है आ गई। और जैसे मैं फिजिकल साइंस का डीन हूँ तो स्टूडेंट भी बैठे हैं, तो ऐसा होता है नए कोर्सेज कैसे शुरू होते हैं जब नॉलेज इतना ज़्यादा हो जाता है कि वो 2 या 3 सालों में पढ़ाया नहीं जा सके। क्योंकि अगर आपको कंप्यूटर साइंस भी पढ़ाया जाए और AI भी पढ़ाया जाए तो कितने 20 साल लग जाएंगे। अगर फिजिक्स भी पढ़ाया जाए, क्योंकि कंप्यूटर साइंस जो है मैथमेटिक्स और फिजिक्स से आया हुआ है, कोई प्योर साइंस से निकली चीज़ें हैं जो टेक्नोलॉजी है। तो अगर सारी चीज़ें पढ़ाई जाएँ तो कितने साल लग जाएंगे, पूरी उम्र लग जाएगी। इसलिए नॉलेज को हम जो है अलग से कर देते हैं और अलग से कोर्सेज शुरू कर देते हैं। इसलिए डाटा साइंस और कंप्यूटर साइंस भी एक अलग से नया कोर्स बन के आया है। अभी मैं नैक विजिट थी मेरी एक चेन्नई मैथमेटिकल इंस्टीट्यूट जो एक यूनिवर्सिटी है, वो प्योर साइंस में थी, लेकिन उन्होंने भी डाटा साइंस का, मैं इसलिए रेफरेंस दे रहा हूँ कि वो उनके पेपर जो ACM में पब्लिश होते हैं और डाटा साइंस के पूरे बच्चे जो है उनके इंडस्ट्री में एडजस्ट हो जाते हैं। तो ये इंडस्ट्री के हिसाब से बहुत ही अच्छा कोर्स है। अब आप देखते हैं आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में जैसे चैट GPT आ गया है, कितनी एडवांस हो गई है टेक्निक। आप कोई भी लिख लो, आप कोई चीज सर्च कर लो, सर्च पेपर भी लिख के दे देता है आपको, लेकिन आपको नहीं करना चाहिए ऐसा लेकिन आप उसको भी यूज कर सकते हैं। और अब जैसे कि हिमाचल में जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का उसका काफ़ी स्कोप है। हमारे चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब भी जो इसके बारे में बात, डाटा साइंस मशीन लर्निंग के बारे में जो है इवन वोकेशनल कोर्सेज भी कॉलेजों में शुरू हो रहे हैं। तो अकेडमिक्स में भी आपका स्कोप अच्छा है इसमें। और कांगड़ा में जो नई एक इंडस्ट्री आ रही है IT की, उसके लिए उसमें भी डाटा साइंस के काफ़ी इंडस्ट्री जो है खुलने वाली है। तो उसके लिए भी आप अपना करियर ग्रोथ के बारे में सोच सकते हैं हिमाचल में भी। और एक फंडामेंटल क्वेश्चन जो है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में कि क्या कंप्यूटर रिप्लेस ह्यूमन रेस? ब्रेन की बात नहीं कर रहा, रोबोट भी है हमारे पास, तो क्या ऐसा पॉसिबल है? एक क्वेश्चन है सोचने के लिए। और सच में अगर ऐसा क्वेश्चन है तो हम कितने करोड़ों साल पहले ह्यूमन रेस जो आई है, तो कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है कि रिप्लेस कर चुके हैं और हम सब आर्टिफिशियली हैं? अगर ऐसा पॉसिबल है तो अगर इसके लिए हाँ है कि रिप्लेस हो चुके हैं, तब तो फिर रिप्लेस हो जाएंगे। अगर आपको अपने आप को ओरिजिनल मानते हैं तो रिप्लेस नहीं होंगे। सो ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है सोचने का रिसर्च पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। तो अब मैं बोल रहे हैं मैं थोड़ा कम कर सकता हूँ। और सबका आई एम थैंकफुल टू ऑल, ऑनरेबल वाइस चांसलर अग्रवाल जी, Manu ji for calling me here, all people from college, from college से भी हमारे आए हुए हैं, and all the PhD students, all the people who have joined online, YouTube. So thank you everyone.
एक स्पेशल थैंक्स डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का, जिन्होंने काइंडली इस सभागार को हमें यूज़ करने के लिए, ना केवल इस सभागार को बल्कि अपना पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हमें यूज़ करने के लिए दिया। इसके लिए बहुत इसके साथ ही इनॉग्रल सेशन की समाप्ति की घोषणा करता हूँ। आप सभी चाय के लिए आमंत्रित हैं। जो स्टाफ के लोग हैं वो चेयरमैन के कमरे में आएंगे, बाकी सभी बच्चे बाहर चाय पी सकते हैं। जलपान भोजन व्यवस्था की गई है और 10 मिनट के अंदर, 15 मिनट के अंदर एवरीबॉडी शुड बी हियर। हमारे नेक्स्ट जो फर्स्ट सेशन के जो स्पीकर हैं वो ऑलरेडी जुड़ चुके हैं, तो कृपया जल्दी से आके इसको
welcome, pranam for my side. And I'm very honored to be a part of and being invited by Professor Monu initially. And it's being honored to again come back in academic setting and address students, bright minds, and maybe a future what you call Elon Musk is a right or whatever your model is there. Like all the nowadays, all the big companies have a Indian CEOs, which is a big worry for outside of India, but good happiness for Indian people. So again, so my talk is mostly I tell some briefly background because which enables me to connect आपका industry or academia, right? So, because mostly the young minds, bright minds come from the academics. If they mentored by the universities and faculty members with respect to the current industry problems, and that's why the talk is all about. Is going to be a more like a interaction. I am also here to trying to learn from you people also, and that's why I always do. So most of the discussion comes as a not like an expert lecture or something. It's a conversation, right? So feel free to ask questions, and maybe I may not able to answer immediately, but my team and us will come back and answer you the questions. Right? So probably I see a lot of bright and young faces are there, combining undergraduate, postgraduate, and research scholars, and other people who joined as online projects. So we'll start that. So topic is very current sense is very important. Generally, we undergo from the individuality to the industry side. Okay? So once we go the individuality to the industry side means we try to learn what we see fit, right? What we can absorb, what we can is in the industry. There's a term called as cup. It's my cup of tea, right? So if somebody is understand very good in math side, so they can also start digging into the math side component and all. They less. The problem is that if you from the academia, if you student enter into industry side, the picture get reversed. Industry doesn't need uh, very much deep dive, but what they need it like your knowledge and your skill set should be compatible to utilize in current problems and how quickly you can solve the problems within a time. So, and roughly I'm representing Karma Lab, and our motto is started in 2017. In the one of the mandate is that how we can connect, become a bridge between the academia and the industry, and come out with the excellent ideas, which is under the research by students, faculty, academia, but their purpose is not to go up to the productize. The purpose is like a publish a paper and is my experience, right? And maybe not perturb the industry. And what happened? Industry always keep looking the new exciting ideas, and particularly India sitting Indian scenario. What happens? This is a very tricky situation. We have seen the US and UK and other places. This bridge has been overcome past last 30-40 years, where academia and industry works very closely. But here, particularly Indian setting, being a part of both side, I have seen it. This is bridge is little bit lacking, and that's why we saw that the opportunity or the kind of our contribution to become a bridge so that understanding about the research and understanding about the industry problems, we can be a bridge between these two. So I'm moving forward. So our idea is like how we can connect. You can see that the connecting people and things, that is one of the motto. So when you say that connecting people means any human being, or it's represent the any artificially created knowledge, technology, product, and all. How do we create these two and connect it? Because most of the technology overall purpose is to help to provide a good experience. So overall, the first slide itself is a name and other thing. I feel it. We propose or we come up with the idea that we can connect, right? We can build on the technology which is a solving some of the industry current problems. And overall talk, I will showing that what we are building it, what AI is applied on those products and projects, and even we are keep looking that young bright minds who can contribute on those projects and AI and whatever the capacity you see. And not only the AI cannot work nowadays in silos, right? It cannot work like in a standalone unit. A person working in AI should not depend upon other person. For example, if you are building a face recognition module, now in my PC I have done very excellent algorithms and face recognition module, but it's remain as an academic project until unless I create a some module which is usable by the somebody else also. So that means you need to know the web technology, you need to know how the data pipeline get created, how you need to know what are the different aspects of this. And let once you upload a small prototype there, somebody can also put a picture and recognize, right? So this becomes an industry product. Before that, in my PC, setting an algorithm is remain as academic project, right? So I'll moving forward from that side. So typically, agenda is like let's talk, learn from each other, how we can moving forward from that. Typical questions in academia we should, or while learning, whether it's academia or industry, we should ask that why something is required, how. Okay, so why, how, what, and when, right? These are the questions you should be asking yourself continuously at any stage, because what I feel is biggest learning nowadays to learn how to learn, right? If you are able to learn new things and you know the how to learn, that means every 6 months it's a new technology, new piece of technology is keep coming. And if I'm a very confident on the one piece of technology and I want to build a career on that, but after 6 months, 1 year, 2 year time, I see the technology completely gone. And what happens if I don't know how to learn? That means I am stuck in the old technology, which is not usable. So biggest thing is that go inside, deep dive and learn. So we keep asking why something is happening, why it is required, how it can be possibly done, what is the outcome, when I should be doing it, when it is required and all. Now industry setting, this gives you the another goal, how we can make a collaborate, co-invent, co-create, because we believe the single person, single mind may not suffice to solve the complex problem. So that means it has to be a collaborative effort. It has to be a co-creation activity. It has to be a co-invent attitude. Then only the complex problem gets solved. And what we see in the industry solutions, it is all co-created, right? So one side, this side gives you as an individual how you can make a skill set your deep dive in that skill set, but still your skill set may not suffice to solve the problem. So that means you have to do all those things. So that means these are the basic, and then at the last you have to see that how to optimize. I got a solution now, my solution is not workable in industry setting. I'll give you one example. In COVID time, we got a one, and that time we were not knowing that the problem. So lot of COVID-based detection system has to be made on the virtual camera system, video analytics, right? So what happens whenever the two-person comes near in factory space, there's something alarm should be triggered. And now any plant of a typically big size, multiple floor space and all. So what happened? You have to install almost 200 to 500 different cameras. Those cameras were there. What happened? We given the solution based on the one camera and two camera, but problem came when our solution was a cloud based, and camera was taking a picture on the local, or generally industry terms is called as a edge, right? At a place we can process only when the our video stream or camera video stream is made it available to the cloud. At the end of the day, what is the problem? Very funny problem. We have not considered that how this frame or video goes to the cloud. Then we estimated high definition camera cloud transfer itself is costly 7 to 10 lakhs per month. So our solution was ready, but we have not figured it out how to basically optimize that solution. And that was the project which we have not to able to execute on the actual setting, which is the industry or there is on demand. So all those things are required. You keep learning from your past experience and all. So then we jumped into that also edge computing kind of system where your processing video analytics happen in the edge itself on the physical space itself. We need not to send the cameras. We only the results sends to the cloud and it's shown. So that was a good learning experience, and that was a very good project and large project also. We missed it, just a slight error in understanding the entire scenario. So nutshell is that not only your learning, your individual skill set, it has to be a teamwork and it has to be a practically viable solution. So so we'll start that when this beginning start 2017 and all. So idea is that how the industry and academia can be joined. Probably the all the teachers and the faculty member and all, they can appreciate, because mostly in particular South Asian setting or Indian subcontinent, a little bit habit is keep coming, but take a 10 years back and all, this both are different verticals, right? Both. So industry, they have their own set of problems. Academia, they have their own set of problems, and both set of problems, there's no common ground. And only difference I see that there's a two settings are there. One is if I, with respect to time, I separate out the industry and the academia. So I separate it out like industry needs a solution within a time. There's no delay of a time is required there, or nobody can tolerate. Even my solution is less technology, less savvy, or not that much sophisticated, but I need in a time. My experience, what we used to do in the academia, we used to that okay, there are five features are required. Mm, in academia say that okay, I will deep dive in one or two features, I'll give you much larger comprehensive solution, but I will miss out the timeline. What will happen based on the time? Industry needs only five features. Don't drill down, don't go dive. I need five things to be done and that solution to be required. And what happens? That is a timeline easily missed by both. One is demanding on a time and one is demanding on the okay, I will give the excellent solution, but I need more time. That is the one factor I differentiate. I may be right or wrong, but I feel that that is the one factor. Then most of the industry side, they believe in the outcome, means what is my solution. How it is working is the second task. What is my solution? What extent it can solve the problems? Can it solve that all kind of issues, or certain assumptions are there? So I say that industry needs industry weight goals outcomes, but most of the academia, we overweight or we emphasize more on the tools. whether we know the algorithm, whether we know the particular area, we know the things, and we, as an academic side, we emphasize more on the tools. So that is one of the difference factor, and because of that, we are trying to bridge these two so that my goal and outcome should be matched with the tools what we learn for, and make a reverse journey. What the industry need a solution can be taught in the universities. Same thing, you don't need to undergo 50 algorithms in machine learning. You need to undergo two or three algorithms, but deep dive, so that a industry, avionics industry or manufacturing industry may be using it all these two algorithms only. Still, lot of control advancement happen control system, but most of the industry is still using old PIPD controllers. If you are anybody from the electrical side, they are afraid to use the latest advantage of uh, latest controllers. Reason being is that cost is high, replacement cost. So in as not only in the academic side, if you consider as a, these factors in your learning, over the period of time you can also appreciate what are the constraint you as a student you are going to play or have it in an industry. Not every industry like a Google or big guys, they have also ups and downs. Startups have more frequent ups and downs. So if you know that which environment you are going to work, that means it gives a much better perspective what you need to learn, what the characteristics you need to build in your attitude and your thought process. So that's why we come into that picture. And so idea is that how we can encourage the mutual trust between these two parties, learning from each other, innovative research, and mutual growth. Right? Mutual growth, most of the academic projects are dried out because of lack of funds over the period of time. So how we can flow funds from the industry to academia, keeping the times intact, and time and scope based resolution balance could be established. This is my learning in 25 years, seeing in both side of industry and academics. So we got a solutions, and then typically we started like karma. So karma is basically a very different kind of. Most of the people understand karma by Gita's the karma and all those things. But our definition of karma is wheel of learning. So you start how you acquire the knowledge, and this knowledge becomes yours. So abbreviated name is karma, but actually is a knowledge acquisition, retention, management, assimilation, and application. Once you apply certain knowledge, that means this becomes your knowledge, and you go for the another knowledge. So entire thought process is like that way we have been developing, so that we introduce learning at every stage of product building and multiple other aspects, so that we can solve the real world challenging problems require continuous learning and acquiring knowledge, because no knowledge is absolute nowadays. Knowledge is has to be keep changing. Then how do we introduce the industry setting? So then we started startup altogether. So wheel of knowledge, startup gives you the solution what we thought the pain points since the start. So I have already speak. So deep rooted learning plus time scope based balancing, and then is give the solution which is time honored as well as relevant and uh, aspect. So now we come back to the our topic, right? I will keep on switching, because the our learning in this topic is very important in the sense like how we are selecting a topic, how we are selecting a product ideas, how we can we are going progress into that idea, and how the AI get used it, right? And each of the product side which we are building it, AI, blockchain, and IoT are integral part, which may not be currently in the product shape, but slowly these are the founding block. So when you say that AI, AI is now a very big field. 20 25 years was AI was limited to the few areas. Now so much areas bifurcation happened in the due course of time. Autonomous systems, we have seen it. Machine learning is one of the tool which through which the AI thrives. Deep learning, neural network, pattern recognition, natural language processing, chatbots, real-time emotion analysis, neuromorphic computing, cognitive cybersecurity, robotic personal assistant, autonomous surgical robot, next gen cloud robotics, thought control gaming, real time universal translation, virtual companions. Right? All these areas, see, we are not going to touch every areas in deep, but this gives you the idea, right? If you note down some kind of intriguing things look like, you can go and further deep dive on that. There's a lot of materials are available now. So what we nutshell, AI problems start with the confusion, right? Because even there's no accepted definition of AI exists nowadays. People have a concept and notion of even artificial intelligence. There's no accepted universal definition of AI like we have a MKS systems or any other system. There is a definition exists. So what happened when you start, it will create more and more confusion, right? Why we are doing it, how it can be done, and all AI problems are data centric. If you don't have a data, I guess no AI will work. However sophisticated algorithms somebody has designed it. So what happened? Having a confusion is good. Reason being is that only somebody is working and thinking all aspects of the problem, then only the confusion create comes. जैसे कहावत है कि दो लोगों को कभी डाउट नहीं होता, एक वो तो भगवान सर्वसत्तामय, और एक जो काम कर नहीं रहा है, बाकी सबको डाउट होता है। आपका जो काम उस पे जिसने कोई भी पॉइंट नहीं देखा, सोचा नहीं, तो उसको कभी डाउट नहीं होगा, और एक तो भगवान है, राइट? बाकी हम सबको डाउट होता है, वी आर हैविंग अ कंफ्यूजन्स, क्वेश्चंस, दैट इज अ गुड थिंग. Now if we define that, okay, there are a lot of AI we see it. What is different kind of AIs are there? So generally in the two categorical differences are there. One is we called it a soft AI or narrow AI or special purpose AI, right? And one is called as hard AI or broad AI or general purpose AI. What is the difference? See, most of the time, what we see that any form of AI application you see in industry or academia and all, these are the targeted applications for solving some specific set of problems. And generally it's called as a soft and narrow AI. We don't have any general or broad AI. So if you see that AI system, this category, problems and while they do impressively and each outperform humans sometimes, but they are basically at a for some problems, specific problems they cannot solve. For example, my voice assisted system, AI system, cannot differentiate between vehicles, or my chatbot cannot solve the visual any pattern recognition problem, right? Or image related classification problem. So most of the problems are, we have like a number plate detection problems where our government is also coming up with the unique idea. Every 6 months we see that 6 months or 2 year new technology they introduce. First they introduce FASTag, now that is also going to obsolete. So that is also one of the good interface. How many of you know, I don't know, that now FASTag based technology getting obsolete, and now you have a smart number plate, and there gives the opportunity that okay, number plate detections, vehicle detections, and all those things problem solution can be made and given a solution there in a toll tax and highway control. So all the autonomous cameras are there. They detect the vehicle, they detect the GPS location, number plate, and then cut the money from your account. So all those, but that is a for special purpose. If that system I ask that can you differentiate Hindi and English, the system will not able to differentiate. So that's all the soft AI problems or solution we see. General purpose AI, like how many say as a kid, and if you are very enthusiastic in the AI or futuristic technology, you start seeing that some movies. So how many AI means Jarvis, right? Iron Man, right? Iron Man was a movie. So there was a one robotic assistant, if you remember that. So that is some glimpse of the generic AI which solve the problem, which generate the different equipments and all, right? So all these general purpose AI, a multiple problems, multiple domain problem can be solved by them. So that is a general purpose AI. Generally, artificial general intelligence, right? AGI is a term, one of the AI branches we give. So most of the time we use the term is assisted intelligence, right? Which is like a somebody or some machine or system is helping us on assisting human being to do the job much better way, but they are assisting, they are not replacing it. So generally is called as assisted intelligence, what we see in nowadays in solutions. Now, because of last 2 days, I was just making that PPT and could not complete. So I'll just switch one between this and the other old PPTs. Bangalore weather is little bit. You have a 4 weathers in a day, so bad health last 2 days. So, so what happens? I just continue with this PPT. I have another PPT which I'll continue from that. So, thought and behavior, right? So generally, what is the aim? That a system which can think like human, or system can think rationally, or system can act like human, system can act rationally. So most of the AI definition is falls in with 4 verticals. Uh, if you are looking at this thing as a first time, so I request you will go and reach it, because these are the basically large topics, and each cell blocks are very. So you have to think like how this thing goes, and then I switch to the other PPT I have here. Okay. Mm, can you see my screen? Okay. Just let me. How we can do it, the presentation mode. Okay. Mm. Okay, this one. Mm. A team can tell me that anybody. I do that. Well, I generally don't use much under this presentation. How do I make that presentation? PPT. Okay, here. So, okay. Now you're able to see, right? This is a talk I had given in DHEL on almost before COVID time with the senior management, and also just giving that persona or prospects of it. So, as yeah, till now we have been doing it. I'll just go a little bit backside on that. So, generally, first AI encounters happen with the computers, right? Or movies. So, whenever you go and see the movies, you just see that then very futuristic concept. Whatever the in my case, Star Trek movies, opening and closing the door automatically, people are entering from the spacecraft. That would now becomes a reality, and a lot of such kind of things are becoming a reality. But those are the things, and some of the movies you might have seen it. So I have a list of movies, top 10 AI movies. If you like, it's more like an interactive way. How many? This gives the idea that How many movies you have seen it? So, this is the one movie which, whatever I have seen it, I mostly seen all the movies because most of the inspiration comes from the. So watching movie is not a bad thing. Only thing, watch with the purpose. So Wall-E is was a movie which created by the autonomous robot, which is on some planet and something. So that is one of the robotic kind of, because it gives a lot of theoretical ideas also what exactly can be done. So is a computer simulation game movie where you see space thing. I have not watched this movie, but you can note down and so I guess as a young age, you might have watched some movies, and also you learn some of the things starting from the Star Trek and that era and Matrix and other. I'm not capable to recall any recent movie because I don't get time to watch correctly. But most of the autonomous ideations and other thing comes from those movies, and there's a futuristic authors they have given before even that technology exists. This thing. So keep watching new content, not only movies as well as there's a lot of generative AI's concept is there. So that is also the topic. Now you keep inspiring yourself with the AI, but there's another set of stream, or you can say that people are basically scaring, or they become doubtful that how extend the AI can go and help or harm to human mankind. So in that context, few people are there. Um, some time back, Bill Gates has given the scary pictures. 2 days back, he has written an article supporting the AIs. So people change the opinions also in that point of time. And most of the time, people are scared that okay, AI can overpass that human capability over the period of time. And what will happen? You might have seen that certain movies and other thing. where then it starts suppressing and human race becomes a in a threat by the AI or robots and all. But luckily, the kind of principle or as you know of a three principle of robot or AI, you might have heard that there's a robot. He has written the novel also on that. If you have not read it, this summer you can go and read it also. Three basic principle of. So still the different kind of views are there, but hopefully once this thing AI is capable to do and mimic the human level, we will evolve also, right? So people are thinking today's human level versus tomorrow's AI level, right? You have to compare these two. So tomorrow, our as a human being, our level will also improve. Right? So so there are few more thoughts and here and there. So it's some slides I'll go because that was the thing. So you can see and create your own views also, right? And see that what might be there, which kind of spectrum, which kind of things you are working it, what are the rationals about that, how do you build your own opinion, right? This will not give you any algorithm or anything, but it's good habit of reading books preface, even solving or reading the first chapter, right? Because you need to know where and what and reason, right? Without reason you will not appreciate, anybody will not appreciate that why I'm reading and why I'm doing it. So that's why I put four questions at the start: why you're doing certain thing, why is learning is required, right? Why you want to build another system where 10 more system are already there. So this gives the perspective, right? What is a differentiator you are going to learn and create. But AI has been a refined definitions over the period of time. Strength, speed, sight, hearing. We have example: tractor replaces horses, horses replaces human travel and all. Sight, telescope and all. Hearing, amplifiers and all. So we are keep evolving. Last 60 years, if you say definition of AI and the particularity things fall in the AI is also changing. 30, 40 years or 50 years back, what used to be AI is no longer comes and near close to AI. Take example of mobile phones. Um, I don't know whether you have seen the that time, but I believe that faculty members and teachers they have seen the time where the mobile phone used to be a only dumb mobile phone. That is basically only calling. Now mobile phone are your camera, calling, video, chatting, multiple applications, and they have also changed the thing. Like they have simply diminished that multiple industry. Our time we used to have a cameras. Now you no longer need a separate camera. Mobile phone you have a camera there, light and all. So that's why is good part is happening also. But same way we also need our needs are getting changed. So over the question comes how AI can be evaluated, right? I created a one system. I may call it AI. I may not call it AI. But how do I evaluate? Basic thumb principles is an older one, but it's still valid, and it's one of the major thing. Turing test, right? So Turing test is nothing but AI term has been coined by the John McCarthy in 1956. That okay, anything which uh, built on the computer and goal is to mimicking human in a certain aspects. So the obvious question is that how we change, how we test it out. So Turing is basically one of the scientists who has given a one test for that. How do I see that? So that is a one aspect of the checking that. So what is a Turing test is like a can human understand and differentiate between a system and human, right? So if you see that one person keep asking the question. So all three cabins are separated, and one person is a questionnaire keep asking. It may go to the human respondent or computer respondent, and they this guy will keep answering. It is comes from the human or system. Now, where differentiation comes, where it can be system can act as a AI or as a human respondent, when this guy no longer differentiate between computer and human response. So this is the basically one of the basic test still valid. Lot of things are there, so they are basically made it for the testing the AI. So my system is AI or not. So the same way we have entire landscape. For example, chatbots, because of the chat GPT and all, it's this becomes again very hot in terms of applications, in terms of different concern. So chatbots are basically assisted algorithmic or data driven automatic responsive system. So one side a human keep asking some questions or another system asking question and they will respond. Entire landscape of chatbot, if you see, is a 4 5 year old data, 2017, but still is lot of things are will remain same. So either applications from marketing to support we see, or we say that self-aware, self-serve, or manage, right? And this entire landscape, there's lot of companies, tools, and all they are operating. And translating and understanding this kind of graph will help you who is doing what extent, what is a differentiator, and how is making basically a successful product. But chatbots last 5 years we have seen the is evolved a lot in terms of. So one of the example is Cleverbot. It gives the based on the past data, it gives the response. Now, one of the tricky part, like any AI and all, what is a tough part is here, keep getting the data, right? Many of the companies, they might have, or many of the people, they might have a good algorithm understanding about NLP and all. Essentially, it's NLP, natural language processing. But they don't have that kind of data is there, right? And because of the lack of data, they're not able to create that kind of sophisticated bots or any AI application. So one of the data points, and getting a data itself is a huge task. So essentially, chatbot is one of the major applications which we see. You go to any website, you see that this chatbot button keep coming. You go to even a kiosk also. So some bot is responding to your queries, or you have a series, and Google has got also one of the chatbot, or Amazon, right? So it's not a chat comes and is not chatbot exactly. It's assisted, AI assistant for you. So entire landscape. Once you want to build a career in any AI and other things, so you have to learn that where and which area I'm going, and where my these companies, what kind of operations they are doing it, what kind of products are. Now, what are the applications of chatbots are there? So, industrial and manufacturing, productivity, logistic, all those industry landscape are there, and then the different companies operating with their product and all. And where the popularity of a chatbot, right? In geographical. So green means mostly popular. Yellowish means my mid level of popularity, and red means less popular. Now anybody can see this graph and tell me why chatbot might be popular in the green areas. You can see the clear this picture, right? Anybody has an idea? Why? Okay, but Africa has also very good population density. Which one? So see, population is one criteria, right? But you have to see this picture. Penetration of technology is also there or not. Africa and Latin America, they have a population, but technology is not that much penetrated in the population, right? And mild level, they have a population, they have a technology, but population amount is less. So technology is pushing and gaining over the any lack of population. And green is idle. India, China, South Asia, and all. So where you see the population is also there, and penetration among of a technology among the population is also high. And that's why most of this the green color, they see that okay, lot of interactions, lot of data also they are generating. So population is one factor, but technology among the populations popular is also one of the equally important factors. So once you start looking at this kind of graphs and checking that okay, what might be the reason for before I believe before creating any AI system, we have to make ourselves also intelligent. Then only that our replica in artificially created more intelligent. So this is the landscape. Now you can also see the graph and go out. But you can also see that okay, how a chatbot might be utilized in industrial and manufacturing, where or how it can be finance and operation it can be used. So you have a multiple verticals. One is a kind of AI application. One is a kind of applied areas, and why and how it might be utilized. So this gives a lot of answers in terms of and better way you can create a small groups within your student community, like-minded people, and discuss on that thing. What might be there because one person's internet exploration will not suffice four-person putting a brain and putting it there, and that's why in our organization we have started one the knowledge transfer. Right? On a Saturday half day or session, we solely devote on the knowledge transfer. However, whether it's work related, whether it's a technology or any other thing, people talk and discuss. So this is a collaborative learning, right? And we have one of the concept around it. Now, how it works? Right? So it's no longer any so human makes user make a request, then request get analyzed and then real time response. What is important in that is basically a data. Historical references if you want to make a personalized chatbots or any other thing, so you have to be a personalized data. There are a different kind of examples are there where it can be utilized customer support, different entry point, internet support, help desk, HR, practical services or sales and advice. Now, if you think that okay, startup cultures or new ideations, you can think of okay, this area, this vertical, what are the AI application I may apply, and what kind of results I can expect it, and then this becomes a my innovative idea where it suffice or overpass the existing solutions. So there's a way. Then there's a benefits each areas, right? So what are the benefits? You can map it like, okay, my customer support give me the user satisfaction this much level. It has a personalized answer and all. 24/7 it can work. Right? Human being has a shift, duties, offs, breaks. But that's why you see the AI will help, or AI is helping in this kind of industry. Unattended. This, so, so there are semantic way of doing it. So generally, I picked up the chatbot topic there. So that's why. So either is a question analyzed by the comparison, distance, metric, or semantic. Right? So I create a graph, semantic graph based on the queries and based on the database, and then my queries get responded by the system. Now each has a plus, pros, and cons. So you can go through in the detail of each this thing. So this purpose of this session to trigger this kind of thing like a semantic. What kind of advantages are there? What kind of disadvantages are there? If my sentence is grammatically correct, precisely formulated, so semantic gives the best results. But if my grammatically is not correct, then semantic analysis or matchmaking or semantic analysis does not give the right result. Distance is also one of the things. If I am talking about a very vague kind of thing where a certain keywords are more important, and I want to build based on the keywords only, so my distance based calculations are there or matching keywords only. Right? Now, how many of you know that Google search algorithms, basic when the 2004 Larry Page given, so it comes with the basic distance method. Anybody read or undergone or so Google is basically keyword word distance, right? How many changes a character letter will take to become another character, and these are the step towards. So I suggest you go and read it. That is a very interesting paper. Larry Page at the start of Google 2004, he has given 2004 or somewhere, and he has given the concept laws, which is an entire Google empire built on that search engine and basic algorithm which the search engine based. Keyword distance and edit distances, right? How many characters you need to edit to make a one character into another one, and you keep making a changes. First set of algorithm which on which first version of Google search application was made was that. So I recommend you go and suggest read it. So so that's one example. If I am right asking this question, how much per month does it cost? Right. Now, this is not a grammatically correct sentence, so my semantic will fail. Then, because keywords like a month and cost, keywords maybe, uh, because keywords doesn't apply on the contextual, semantic on the context also. And distance is like what kind of distance. So there are 7, 8 majorly distances are there, which people use it. Cosine, other distances are there, for example. So these distances are also you can see that the results based on the which kind of application. So how this matters in designing the chatbot or anything, you see that what application you are making. If your application is among the sophisticated, educated people who probably English as a native for English, then you can say that my semantic might give good result. But if I am putting my chatbot or any technology on the non-native, non-English native, so that's grammatical and other things keep on difficult, and then semantic may not work. So idea is that any algorithm or any structure or any system not foolproof. That also depends upon the kind of fuel or data we pass on to. So that is also important. One of the aspects you have to take care that where and what extent of application you are putting and what kind of data you have. So there are Again, similar that I guess I can skip it. Some of the things. Uh, Again, it's related to the job because that was a talk on professional, and then people are asking. And then again, autonomous car, right? Now, what is the three problem this car has to solve? Protect pedestrians, protect my passengers, and protect myself. So that means how will a autonomous vehicle resolve the conflicting priorities? You might have seen the Elon Musk autonomous cars are there, self driving cars, as well as that Google also started. I guess I don't know what is the status after some accident happened. Is Elon Musk also the car got some accident? So what happens? Autonomous cars are coming into the market, but their scenario driven or their validity is still yet to be proved, right? In all scenarios. For example, a car it can work on the multiple kind of road segments. Maybe life may hamper it, but it not fail immediately. But an autonomous car, one of the things. But same time, this AI people have a fear. My answer to them that okay, it may eat the job, may destroy the sum of the job, but human beings are much more capable. We are revolving around last 20 years, seeing the era's technology this thing. Human being involved more of the sophisticated jobs then, right? If those sophisticated job also getting done by AI, then we evolve into some more sophisticated job. So we keep on doing it. I don't see any lack of There momentary loss of jobs happen, but that is maybe a multiple other aspect. For example, we have seen the layoff happen Google and a lot of big companies recently. The reason is not any the cut of job and anything because COVID time the labor was cheap, everybody is online. There's no my belief is that my understanding is not a universal or anything cannot be proven. So they have a lot of get people get recruited because of the cheap labor, because of no infrastructure cost, everybody is working from home. So where the 5,000 people infrastructure they require, they recruited 25,000. When the settings come back, they have to get it fired. Right? So that is the other reasons are there, not only that AI is keeping the job. Then again, autonomous weapons and other things. So this gives a trigger that you can go and read it all about. And okay, so there are some interesting use cases out there. You might have seen this uh, cleaning robot, and as well as the Amazon facility. There's robots are getting used for transfer. There's another example. So because of that, Amazon big facilities storage they have made it autonomous, and even they use the drones also. So that is one of the technology application. Just disclaimer: I am not promoting any company because the video is relevant. That's why. So some of the Indian company also started opting how it can be utilized in different places. To connect, we'll send some of the slides. My team will give that link at the end of the thing. Again, there's a robot which is The same way, another application you can see. So it's used for the different purposes, surgeries and all. So so there's a lot of such kind of thing you can go just for the make or I think he is more on the industry 4.0 revolution. What are the things are there? So there are different terms are there. You if you come aware on all. Now, one of the fueling tools of AI is a machine learning. Right? Now, machine learning is supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement learning. Multiple aspects are there, and then the purpose are there. Right? Different applications are there. So, I, so machine learning act as like a fuel, not a fuel, is a brain to that AI, so that the methods and logics can become under the machine learning, and there are different kind of learning algorithms are there, and industry typically using all three nowadays. Before that, the reinforcement learning typically used by the robotic and other places, and rest of the industry use the supervised learning, right? Because there's tag of data and the label data and other thing, and they keep on using on the classification, regression, and all. So one of the things you need to have a good grasp on the machine learning also, because one is where you want to apply, what solution you want to build, what are the methods at your disposal, so that you can make a solution out of it, right? If the same way this kind of pictures like entire spectrum of a machine learning problem, the steps are there, different kind of algorithms spectrum is there. So these are the basically open source pictures. You can get it. If you find it difficult, let us know. My team will give you the right direction so that you can come up with the. So idea is that problem statement, the ways to solve the problems, and the tentative outcome, and the viability, practicality of your solution in the real world. These are the four major steps. Whenever you try out, you have to think like that. Is easy then is easy to connect the industry why it is applicable and what. Data science time frame started back in 1943. McLeod pit model, neural networks started with that. Initially, before that, expert system started back in early 1900, some 10 or something, with the help of stock market, because any AI engineer, holy grail is stock market share price prediction. I have done also my academic time, try to do, but the stock market share price prediction is a holy grail. Once your model is able to build it, you don't need to do anything else in a life. You keep on predicting the stock and then earning money. But problem is that nobody is able to do it. Reason being is that the perturbation comes from the billions of people. Any point of time it can go up down and all these things. In my time I started, I we also tried to do it. Whenever we started learning neural network, hey, it can be done, then the first thing we got it is stock market data, if we can predict it, and then try to apply it in NSE and BSE stock exchange. Sir, I will give you the pictures, no issue. So I'll will give that picture. So all this thing, because these are the open source pictures, not this thing. So that is the one of the picture, one of the things. Most of the technology started from destructive. This is a thumb rule, my experience. Destructive purposes. Then when you get bored from the destructive purposes, then you start a constructive way. Example, first computer desktop at my college days, I have not done any programming in that. First 2 or 3 days, all the hostel mate came and we saw pictures, whatever the list of pictures were there. And doing so, the computer got corrupted and it has to be what you call it, reinstalled operating system. Then we realize, okay, enough. Now we start doing it, programming and other constructive purposes. Same way that all technologies are there. When you get bored watching YouTube and other things, then you start watching articles and useful tutorials. So this basically is a long list of that thing. Why it is important? Reason being is that whenever you see something older that has come, why people still come with the new things? Reason being is there's some problems are there. That's why they're ready to solve it. Then, for example, first maclopit model, what happens? There are certain neuron assumptions, there's a issues, and they are only binary patterns are there. But people saw that binary result. Apart from that, in between zero win one is also happens. Right? Then they come up with another model, because that was the model even not able to resolve XOR problems. XOR problem generally, and problem is like both inputs are zero, then output is one in AND, right? But XOR is some ways like it's a boundary shape, so it's not able to resolve it. Then only they come up with the new models, and it started from there. So if you follow up this, why these things are there, then you understand last 40, 50 years why people have given, what is evolution happened, and then from here what might be the next evolution happens. You become a technical astrologer or something, right? So for me this happened because 2004 and onwards, what in a research and other thing, I started working, our group started working. We are not able to successful that time, but later we realized 10, 15 years people have started building it, and now the industry solutions are available. So we have a lot of problem statement. So there are certain things I can say that one of the problem we saw. This is our own video, which we try to not only the face and body, but also alignment problem we resolve it here. So there are people are in natural position. So, so if you are facing, I think, and you are not facing, and it's happened with the mobile camera. It's not a real time. So there's one. He's intern from I think IIT Roorkee that time. So you see the faces. So once you start looking and the face is then only it comes. So that problem we solve by chaos related purpose, when people are in front but they are not looking at the ad. So people were free to do that thing. That's why now I I'll go back to that. I'll take 10 minutes more, 5-10 minutes, so that we wind up that. Okay. Now, till this point, we had a conversation that application wise. Now, how this thinking help us to build the. So this is already there. So these are the belief and all thinking. And we started 2017. Roughly, we lost 2, 3 years in between COVID. We have a unique way of representing. We are always calling Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh as a team member. So team Brahma, team Vishnu, and team. So just is our experimentation. I don't know that how much it will go. So we have these are the team members, and typically, right. What are the things we are working? We are trying to mix inter IoT, AI, blockchain, and web technology. What are the cases we are working? Sensor design we are also doing with the academic, because we have a close tie-up with the several institutions. There we work on the academic research and maybe help them to industrialize that particular research. So IoT side on device level, embedded microcontroller, all those aspects we work. Artificial intelligence, data cleaning, because cleaning and pre-processing is one of the major problem. If you do it, your 40% problem is solved that point. If it is data is poor, any algorithm will not able to work. Then the feature selections, feature matching, and all data validations, edge and cloud computing. We say the blockchain, we work on the smart contracts, NFTs, and all those. And web technologies as required because we are building a solutions for the other people to use it, right? So web servers, cloud computing, and all. For you, you may think of ML ops kind of one of the area, machine learning and cloud operations, right? So there, how a machine learning based server structure, cloud structure can be made. All those areas we are working. Now, after this work, what we achieved, I just want to show so that you see that AI application, what we are building also, not only the theoretical knowledge, is like what innovation we are coming. So we have a typical three product, Learnet, MyBizmo, and Avni. Learnet is all about the collaborative learning. So is one of the part where a one learner can help other learners. So it's a platform ecosystem, and through which we are connecting. And even this one is also we call as a Learnet lecture series. One of the things. So is a platform, AI enabled platform, where we are using AI, where we are trying to get a students or anybody's users learning curve based on the data generated. For example, you have learned Python beforehand. Now you want to learn, and you have given that this strategy and recorded in the platform. And then later you want to learn, so like for example, R, and R and Python this much similar, and also you can also estimate how much time it might take you to do that thing. So these are the kind of ecosystem. For that we are doing that lecture series is connecting with the thing. So that's one of the projects where we are helping skill building, employabilities, getting that new tie-up, strategic alliances, and all. My Bizmo is another, and how we can help other small businesses digitize, right? What happened during COVID time and before and after, we see the technology is one of the major impact in any business, and without technology, nobody can survive. Small business are particularly, so we are helping B2B SaaS platform. All these terms are there, and to help them in a technology wise. Avni is our AI engine, like all kind of industrial use cases are going into that, and this is the brain where we say that if my Bizmo needs to be use any AI thing, in AI we are handling like a bank statement, NLPs, parsing, uh, few more industrial data mining use cases, video analytics. I told, right. So all those things is a part of AI. Apart from that, initial year we are also work on that booknet, Platix, and EventNet. These three product are in a shelf mode. We are not working right now, but we are always look somebody want to contribute in this too. So these are the basically a projects which help in the different way. So Learnet is all about collaborations. One of the data science, data centric thing is how we can create a tool for CPR next, right? Career planning recommendations. Based on your activity, can we plan? can we give the active recommendations? So these are a full of AI related things are there, which we are building it, not finished it, but obviously we need more and more. And problem we are also facing the data. So we always look for the good contributor who in academic set and all come up with the fresh ideas and a data side, right? So data means what you have been is very subjective and all this. Then my Bismo, we have a vertical to vertical problems. So wellness, human HRI, these two products we have finished it vertical, but rest are the also will come when we go. Wellness, anybody in yoga and all those things. So there is a AI problem is like unattended yoga pose detections. So we are very less yoga teachers. So machine can be help in that solving by uploading the videos and giving the recommendations. Right? It can be your this much is a problem in your yoga postures and other things. So all these AI things are there. HR also we have a lot of AIs are there. Natural language parsing, resume parsing, understanding, job descriptions, another things are also there. So this is the platform wellness. This is our so HRI I particularly talk to that we can recommend to your universities also. It helps to uh, skill wise evaluate, right? Most of the universities they have it. Academic data is out there, but problem is that when we say that skill wise data, whether you have it, most of them they don't have it, right? And because of that they cannot collaborate or any new company placement another they commit, so very difficult. So we can discuss if you're somebody are interested. So we are also looking the some volunteers in that HRIs on that side. Then operations, anybody is helping and working on that, because lot of operations guys are there. Um so operation like a CAs and other thing for them is very issues. So how we can make an automatic AI enabled system so that they don't miss a deadline, they don't miss any other thing, and they keep getting it. So all these are the live projects we are working on. Then Avni is first aspect we are working as a smart asset management, any plant, factories and all, smart water meter. So basic prototyping we have done it, but still is production level has to be done. eDrishti is our video analytics platform and RPA. So RPA, you might heard that RPA is assisted robotic process automation, where then the industrial process setting they can be helpful for spam filtering and other automated job. Booklet is another one is a shell, but how we can create a book reading and book sharing habits. So that is one of the product. Basic prototype we have done it, but it still is not there. But that is a very good idea in terms of universities and book lovers or book readers. Politics is one of the another very enterprise grade problem statement, where we say that most of the time we have seen that the lot of digital marketing activities, and whenever you open any website, all of a sudden pop-ups comes, it stays for some time and all. So generally that comes as a bot traffic, robot traffic, and it increases the problem, and fake traffic also. That market is almost $3,000 billion or $300 billion market is there. How to detect the bots and robots. Then EventNet is another one, how to smoothly we convert. So last three products are there in the what you call shelf, but still we may want to start it. So what key point? Co-creations, identify solution the team is given, adoption for new business problems, and launch product. So typically you can see that Karma Lab, what we are doing it, we are believing in the co-creations and collaboratively working with the academics, with the industry, researchers and other things, and get that idea. We always look for, if you want to be a part of our journey, So these are the different. So I'll share some of the things. That's it. So thanks for anyway very long session. I hope it is might be a bit useful, giving a different perspective apart from algorithms and all. Oh, yes, yes. Right. So I told you that any new technology comes, all application start begin, and one of this student writing their assignment by the Chat GPT, because unlike any other before tool, Chat GPT gives you the entire thing. But why you use? हाँ, so देखो उसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है कि स्टूडेंट इनिशियली आपका असाइनमेंट के लिए देगा, बट व्हाट आर द पॉजिटिव थिंग्स वी आर यूजिंग इट। आप अपने नॉलेज को एक जगह ला सकते हो। अगर आपको कोई भी हेल्प चाहिए, राइट, फॉर एग्जांपल इन HRI product we are using, we are integrating with the Chat GPT, like what are the areas or how you combine your means reading comprehensive knowledge, right, you can get it different comprehensive knowledge from that. So अभी देखिए रिलीज हुए 2 महीना 3 महीना ही हुआ है, राइट। पहले 6 महीने उसका डिस्ट्रक्टिव यूज होगा, पीपल ट्राई टू कट आउट ऑफ द जॉब, टेक ए डिफरेंट ट्विस्टेड, बट स्लोली व्हेन सम पीपल पॉपुलर, स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी कैन यूज इट, लाइक कि भाई आप अपने समराइजेशन जो आपको चाहिए होता है, जो पहले जहां से करते थे, यू कैन क्रिएट योर ओन नोट्स, राइट। बट you don't believe, because chat gpt is still is 2021 database, it's not a recent 21 से 23 के बीच में जो हुआ है, chat gpt is not covering, first thing, chat gpt is not covering that any uh, continuous changing phenomena, इट्स मोर लाइक ए गुड, सपोज आपको कुछ हिस्ट्री का स्टूडेंट है, अगर उसको पानीपत की पहली लड़ाई के बारे में जानना है और गूगल पे सर्च करता है, उसको 20 रिजल्ट्स आते हैं एंड ही हैज टू चूज इट, चैट जीपीटी गिव्स अ कंसाइज फॉर्म ऑफ दैट, यू कैन क्रिएट योर ओन नोट्स, राइट। दैट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन चैट जीपीटी एंड गूगल सर्च। और गूगल भी अपना एक इसी तरीके का टूल लेके आ रहा है, बार्ड करके है ये आगे। तो आप लोग एंजॉय कीजिए बड़े लोगों की लड़ाई में, गूगल और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट की लड़ाई में एंजॉय कीजिए, इसका अच्छा होगा उससे आपके लिए। यस, या प्लीज, थैंक यू। See, I rather suggest don't differentiate, because differentiation because of things is created a problem with us, right? In academia, आप डिफरेंशिएट मत कीजिए, आप वो प्रॉब्लम चूज कीजिए जो इंडस्ट्री को आज सोल्यूशन चाहिए, एंड यू कैन सी इंडस्ट्री में टाइम की कमी है, और एकेडमिक्स में आप लोगों के पास टाइम और प्रेशर आपको वैसा नहीं है जैसा आपको जॉब मार्केट या जॉब, एक बार आप कोर्स खत्म करेंगे तो अभी आपके पास टाइम भी है और अभी आपके पास कोई प्रेशर भी नहीं है, ठीक। जैसे ही आप बाहर निकलते हैं, देन यू ट्राई टू मैच विद द प्रॉब्लम्स, डोंट क्रिएट लाइक दिस इज माय एकेडमिक प्रॉब्लम एंड दिस इज अ इंडस्ट्री प्रॉब्लम, क्योंकि अभी तक हम लोग उसी कॉन्सेप्ट पे चल रहे थे, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वी हैड इन अ सिचुएशन, अभी पिछले 5 या 10 साल से, बिकॉज ऑफ स्टार्टअप एंड ऑल, पीपल आर स्टार्टेड कोलैबोरेटिंग, अदरवाइज हमारे साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि हम सॉल्व तो 50 साल बाद का कुछ चीजें कर रहे हैं और इंडस्ट्री को आज की चीज की सोल्यूशन चाहिए, राइट? सो इंडस्ट्री प्रॉब्लम पिकअप करने से आप अपने कंस्ट्रेंट को फॉर्मली कंफर्म कर सकते हो कि भाई मेरे क्या कंस्ट्रेंट हैं आज की डेट में सॉल्व। देखिए, एक सिंपल एग्जांपल है। मैं अगर एक फेस डिटेक्शन सिस्टम बना रहा हूँ डोर एंट्री के लिए, राइट? एक कैमरा मैंने बनाया और मैंने उसको एक डोर पे लगाया ताकि उससे आने जाने वाले लोगों का वो चेहरा देख के पहचान सके कौन आया है। एकेडमिक क्या पिक करोगे आप उसके कंस्टेंट को नहीं देखोगे, राइट? आपने एक कैमरा लिया, लैब सेटिंग में रखा, कुछ लोगों को उससे गुजारा, फेसेस आए और आपने डिटेक्ट करके बोला कि भाई हाँ ये हो गया प्रोजेक्ट। इंडस्ट्री कैसे देखेगा इसको कि भाई आपकी लाइटिंग कंडीशन वेरी कर रही है तो आपको डिटेक्ट कर पा रहे हो, आपका चेहरा पूरा आ रहा है तो भी आप डिटेक्ट कर पा रहे हो, नहीं आ रहा है तो भी डिटेक्ट कर पा रहे हो कि नहीं। अगर ह्यूमन की जगह आपका बिल्ली जा रही है, क्या टेक्नोलॉजी यूज किया? सी, इंडस्ट्री डजंट नीड दैट वेरी सोफिस्टिकेटेड सोल्यूशन बट दे नीड कंप्लीट सोल्यूशन। आप उनकी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करोगे तो आप एकेडमिक रिसर्च को यू शुड आल्सो टाइम बाउंड एंड कंस्ट्रेंट डिपेंड कि भाई आपको ये काम करना है। मुझे याद है हम लोग जब रिसर्च कर रहे थे तो एक दो केसेस में ग्राफ जो है वो बहुत ऊपर की तरफ जाता था, हम उसको बोलते सर ये आउटलायर है, इसको छोड़ दीजिए ये डेटा वाला। पर इंडस्ट्री के सामने कोई आउटलायर नहीं होता। काम नहीं करेगा तो पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं करेगा तो आपको 4 बार रिपेयर करने के लिए जाना पड़ेगा। दिस इज अ बॉटल नेक, राइट? तो इफ यू पुट दोज कंस्टेंट तो आपको क्या होगा, एग्जैक्टली आइडिया होगा कि आप किस, भाई आप खेल के मैदान पे भी जाते हो तो फुटबॉल खेलने का मैदान भी चारों कोने से डिफाइंड होता है। अनडिफाइंड ग्राउंड में आप कभी नहीं जाते। अनडिफाइंड में तो आप फुटबॉल लेके दौड़ते जाइए, अब यहाँ से दौड़ते दौड़ते अमेरिका पहुंच जाइए, फुटबॉल तभी भी चल रहा है, राइट? पर आपको डिफाइन कर, इंडस्ट्री प्रॉब्लम गिव योर बैटल ग्राउंड टू बी डिफाइंड। उस डिफिनीशन के अंदर आप सोल्यूशन क्रिएट करेंगे तो क्या होगा, आप रिलेवेंसी लाएंगे क्योंकि एकेडमिया को फंड चाहिए, राइट? उनको स्टूडेंट को सपोर्ट करने के लिए फंड चाहिए। इंडस्ट्री को आप कैसे अट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो, उनको बोलोगे कि भाई आप, हम आपकी ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं विद दिस डिफाइंड, आई नीड ए बेसिक एमवीपी टू बी डन इन फर्स्ट 3 मंथ्स, आप हमें इतना पैसा दीजिए, इसके बाद आपको अच्छा लगता है तो आप फुल सोल्यूशन लीजिए। आप अपने यूनिवर्सिटीज में एक इंक्यूबेशन सेल डालिए जहां पे स्टूडेंट प्रमोट करके अपने सोल्यूशंस को लेके एज ए कंपनी बनाएंगे और धीरे धीरे देखिएगा 2 3 4 साल में आपके यहाँ कल्चर ऐसा हो जाएगा कि आप नॉट ओनली अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे होंगे इंटरनली बट यू आर ऑल्सो सॉल्विंग आपके हिमाचल में और भी जो इंडस्ट्री की प्रॉब्लम्स है। I believe that every university can become a one problem solution provider of a neighborhood industry. वैसे कल्चर से क्या होगा, आप स्टूडेंट को आज आपके पास एनर्जी है, कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं है, यू कैन वर्क आउट, आपके पास इतना सारा डेटा सेट है। 5,000 स्टूडेंट्स इन ए यूनिवर्सिटी इज अ ह्यूज डेटा सेट। इंडस्ट्री में आपको 5,000 लोगों तक का अगर मैं फिंगरप्रिंट का डेटा भी लेने जाऊंगा तो इज अ ह्यूज कॉस्ट। हम लोग याद है आईआईटी कानपुर में अपना फिंगरप्रिंट का डेटा कैसे लेते थे, मेस के बाहर रख देते थे। अब उसमें कई बार वो स्कैनर खराब हो जाते थे, कुछ लोगों का तेल वाला हाथ भी उसी में पड़ जाता था, फिर बाद में तो बट स्टिल दैट इज फार चीपर। अभी आप चैट जीपीटी का एप्लीकेशन देख रहे थे, वो आपने पूछा, आप अपने सभी बच्चों को बोलिए कि आप चैट जीपीटी पे एक एक टॉपिक चूज करो और एक आर्टिकल लिखो। 10 आर्टिकल पर स्टूडेंट के हिसाब से आपके पास 5,000 इतने आर्टिकल हो गए। अब आप इससे क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, आपने आर्टिकल लिखा, आर्टिकल इज अप्रूव्ड एंड सब्जेक्टिवली रिफाइंड बाय सम ह्यूमन बीइंग, उनमें आप पैटर्न देख सकते हो किसने क्या किया, कहाँ डिफरेंशिएटिंग फैक्टर है, उसका पर्सोना आप ले सकते हो, एक डिफाइन कर सकते हो कि ये पर्सोना का बच्चा इस टाइप के आर्टिकल को पसंद करा, जो ये पसंद है, ये एज है, ये ग्रेजुएशन है, और यू कैन डिफाइन द मॉडल। अब आपके पास एक सिस्टम होगा और आप बोलोगे भाई मेरा ये सिस्टम इन इन पर्सोना पे काम करता है, इतने टाइप के आर्टिकल्स हैं हमारे पास में। चैट जीपीटी कहाँ हेल्प करेगा, एक बच्चा अगर 10 आर्टिकल लिखने जाएगा तो उसको 1 महीना लगेगा, चैट जीपीटी समराइज 10 आर्टिकल आ गए. नाउ आई सी दोज आर्टिकल एंड रिफाइन विद माई हेल्प, राइट, माई ओन पर्सनालिटी कि भाई इसमें ये मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा, आई विल चेंज. इवन एक बड़ा एप्लीकेशन है कि भाई अब कंप्यूटर जनरेटेड आर्टिकल वर्सेस ए ह्यूमन बीइंग रिटन आर्टिकल, इनको डिफरेंशिएट कर सकते हैं. चैट जीपीटी ने एक ये भी प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर दी है. तो अभी आप बोलो कि आपका कंटेंट राइटर चैट जीपीटी से लिख रहा है या ओरिजिनल लिख रहा है, उसके लिए मैं एक छोटा सा टूल बना देता हूँ. When you start see this idea, whenever this thing comes, these things will come whenever you are into close connect with the industry. वरना आप एकेडमिक सेटिंग में आपको ये प्रॉब्लम कभी सुझा ही नहीं देंगे. हम लोग टिपिकल फिर वो प्रॉब्लम कैसे कर देंगे, हम गूगल सर्च पे एमआईटी स्टैनफोर्ड क्या कर रहे हैं और उनके लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, और वी ट्राई टू मिमिक. दैट इज नॉट बिकम ओरिजिनल. क्योंकि देखिए एक है कोर्सेरा, आपने नाम सुना होगा, डेमी वगैरह का नाम सुना होगा, राइट. पर उनमें कोर्स के लेने वाले बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, क्योंकि 4-4, 5-5 सौ के कोर्स आते हैं. आप जोश में ले लेते हैं, आज सुबह उठे और मुझे डेटा साइंस में मतलब बहुत अच्छा नॉलेज लेना है, मैं डेटा साइंस का कोर्स उठाऊंगी, सब्सक्राइब कर लिया. पर उनका नॉन कंप्लीशन रेट 90% है, 99% है. उसको कोई कंप्लीट करता नहीं है. और मेजोरिटी इस वजह से कि लोग इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है. मेजोरिटी इस वजह से कि वो जो पढ़ा रहे हैं मोस्टली इज फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज. फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटीज का स्टूडेंट टीचिंग रिलेशनशिप नंबर्स आर इंटायरली डिफरेंट देन इंडिया. इंडिया में आप भी अप्रिशिएट करोगे, हम लोग एज ए टीचर या स्टूडेंट हमने देखा बच्चों को क्या चाहिए, एक फेस चाहिए एज ए टीचर. वो फेस हटा दीजिए तो बच्चे हमारे आधे से ज्यादा तो क्लास में आते ही नहीं है. तो बेसिकली क्या है कि वी आर टीचर ड्रिवन एकेडमिक सिस्टम. वी आर नॉट लाइक ऑटोमेटेड सेल्फ लर्निंग इकोसिस्टम, कि जहाँ पे हम टीचिंग में रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो दे दिया, बच्चा पढ़ रहा है. वो बच्चा सोते टाइम भी पढ़ रहा है, खाते टाइम भी पढ़ रहा है. अब आपको पढ़ते टाइम अटेंटिवनेस चाहिए ना. तो अगर आप वो नहीं अटेंटिव हो तो क्या होगा, आप दिमाग में जाएगा नहीं. और आपने कोर्स तो कर लिया, पैसा भी पे कर दिया, रिजल्ट कुछ आया नहीं. तो अब उनके सिस्टम में की जगह हम अपना सिस्टम ड्राइव करें, जहाँ पे हम इतने सारे लोग तो नहीं हम टीचर ला सकते. पर हाँ, इसी वजह से लर्नेट का कॉन्सेप्ट आया कि लर्नेट में हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं कि एक लर्नर दूसरे लर्नर को सिखा सकता है. तो थिंक लाइक यू आर ए कॉम्प्लेक्स नेटवर्क. आप शिक्षा दे भी सकते हो और किसी से सीख भी सकते हो. अब आप 10th क्लास के हो तो 8th क्लास को पढ़ा सिखा सकते हो. अगर आप आर्ट्स एंड म्यूजिक में हो तो आप इंजीनियर को आर्ट्स एंड म्यूजिक सिखा सकते हो और उसको कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी टर्म दे सकते हो. तो इट्स अ कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग. क्योंकि हम इतने सारे टीचर तो नहीं ला सकते ना. No, generally, have been individually part of several startup community. Apart from that, some of my students are there. I help them to set up a industry. One of the defense tech we have doing it. इंडिया में पहली बार हम लोग ड्रोन बेस्ड रॉकेट लॉन्चर बना रहे हैं. मतलब अभी तक ड्रोन भी है, रॉकेट लॉन्चर भी है, दोनों एक साथ नहीं है इंडिया में. क्योंकि वो पीछे बैक फायर से ड्रोन भाग जाता है. तो वी आर डूइंग दैट दिस, सो एकेडमिक रिसर्च वी आर डूइंग. तो जनरली क्या है कि गाइडलाइन इज दैट एनी स्टूडेंट कैन अप्रोच अस. वी आर ऑलवेज लुक फॉर द गुड यंग एंड मोटिवेटेड पीपल. One term we always say that in the reference to Google, we are always poor Google, right? With the response to that. So Google, in the sense, the kind of range of technologies and other things, we are working in defense areas. We are underwater. We are also trying to work on the defense and nano material also. हम लोग कोविड के पहले अपना नैनो फिल्टर वगैरह बना के लॉन्च कर रहे थे, कोविड की वजह से सब बंद हो गया. So, to answer that question, first thing is that you create a small group, right, within your university. you can say that is a action book groups, 4 student, 5 student group, apart from academic, right? जैसे ही उसमें marks and grade आ जाते हैं ना, तो this becomes a bias. So apart from interest base, they can create and they can like a sum of the problem statement. They can write it down, check it down, and we can help, right? कि आपका solution का worthiness क्या है? Either we can directly utilize it or we can help that कि भाई आपका इस तरीके से ये स्टेप फॉलो करेंगे. हाँ, बट ऑब्वियसली you have to be relevant in terms of problems you are solving. आप कोई भी एरिया पकड़ लीजिए, आप कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी ले लीजिए, आप जितना रिलेवेंट रहेंगे उतना जल्दी क्या होगा, आपका मेच्योरिटी कर्व आने के चांसेस है. यानी आपका किसी को पसंद आएगा. अगर आप इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर हैं और इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग में पैशनेट हैं, तो यू कैन सी दैट कि भाई long back, I think my teaching time, I wrote a paper. We wrote a paper कि आपको एसओसीज का ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कैसे करते हैं. जो आपका सिस्टम ऑन चिप्स हैं उसमें भी आपको ऑप्टिमाइजेशन है, तो वी यूज अ न्यूरल नेटवर्क कर रहे हैं. तो वो डेटा लेके उसमें हीटिंग आपके एरियाज को नियर बाई टू वेंटिलेशन एरिया के पास होना चाहिए. अनुराग प्रोसेसर करके एक डीआरडीओ का था, वी वर्क ऑन दैट. तो आप मतलब कोई डेफिनेट प्रिंसिपल नहीं है, बट हाँ देयर इज इवॉल्व, राइट? 6 months mentoring, then next 6 months some action project, next 6 months is some close to MVP, seeing the industry fitment, and next 6 months you go and launch it, right? So it maybe a 2 year startup program within a university, mentored by senior student. So we can help on that all every stage. We can help in terms of not only project wise, area wise, evaluation wise, and all those things. We have been doing with the industry. Obviously, obviously, till this like this Google Meet or kind of thing, till is not offering the cost to us is fine. But if it has to be involve the travel in this, that is because time is a cost as an industry. We are not a, we are not an academic setting where the government is giving, so we have to generate revenue by. No, see, generally what we work, we create a tier structure, right? जरूरी नहीं है कि आई मे बी इन्वॉल्व फॉर ऑल, बट देर इज अ टीयर स्ट्रक्चर. जो आप स्टार्टिंग पे हैं, देर इज 1 month, 4 months बिफोर somebody started, so he can be a mentor to that, right? So group and the collaboration is the key. I may be irrelevant in certain topics. You are more keen and more relevant in certain things. जो आजकल नए सारे चीजें आ रहे हैं. But point is that I might be little bit ahead, but not all time relevant. So that is my bottom. You have to say that you may not that much eligible or knowledgeable, but आप आज के context of working और context of learning, you are more relevant, right? आप लोग ज़्यादा technology use करते हो than compared to me, and different areas you can use it, right? So we help generally. We have a learner program where we help, and we help also student directly. So हम लोग I think my team has created one Google form. Anybody is interested, we want to continuously in touch. So I think Sonak, can you share? हाँ
Yes,
हाँ
sir.
हाँ लिंक आपने डाला क्या? हाँ, we have a form also link.
I'll send the chat again for those who have like not joined that time.
Okay. So this is the link I think Sonak shared. Sonak is our lead data science and web technology. So He started with data science 5 6 years back. I dragged him the web technology because now he's handling both. So, sure, please. बहुत difficult question है sir. uh, सर AI and ML अगर इंटर कंपैरिजन है one algorithm one solution to another solution, only thing is that through हाँ हाँ, सर पहले पहले तो हमें इंटेलिजेंस डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा, वही नहीं डिफाइंड है तो तभी हम उसको आज see, कल जो नेचुरल तो इट्स लाइक very dicey area, and I have not found any universal accepted definition of intelligence, right? तो बहुत मतलब इस मैं अपने हाथ खड़े कर देता हूँ आप 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 लोग आपस में क्वेश्चन पूछिए और हेजिटेट मत करिए। देखिए क्वेश्चन पूछने में आपको डर लगता है रिलेवेंट है कि इरेलेवेंट है, अब क्वेश्चन पूछना ही बहुत बड़ी बात है, रिलेवेंसी तो बाद में आएगी। Sure. So I think Shaunak has shared that form again. Any one of you can get it, and we will come back with the IDs and mailing. And even thank you all, and thank you, sir, for inviting. And I see that lot of young and enthused faces, and hopefully they become with the Indian Chat GPT sometime. Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you. We can close, right?